"I am glad to see you again, lad," Captain David said when Cyril entered his shop. "I have been thinking over the news you gave me last week, and the mistress and I have been talking it over. Where are you lodging?" "I have been lodging until now in Holborn," Cyril replied, "but I'm going to move." "Yes, that is what we thought you would be doing. It is always better to make a change after a loss. I don't want to interfere in your business, lad, but have you any friends you are thinking of going to?" "No, sir. I do not know a soul in London save those I work for." "That is bad, lad, very bad. I was talking it over with my wife, and I said that maybe you were lonely. I am sure, lad, you are one of the right sort. I don't mean only in your work, for as for that, I would back you against any scrivener in London, but I mean about yourself. It don't need half an eye to see that you have not been brought up to this sort of thing, though you have taken to it so kindly. But there is not one in 1,000 boys of your age who would have settled down to work and made their way without a friend to help them as you have done. It shows that there is right good stuff in you. There, I am so long getting under way that I shall never get into port if I don't steer a straight course. Now, my ideas and my wife's come to this. If you have got no friends, you will have to take a lodging somewhere among strangers, and then it would be one of two things. You would either stop at home and mope by yourself, or you would go out and maybe get into bad company. If I had not come across you, I should have had to employ a clerk, and he would either have lived here with us, or I should have had to pay him enough to keep house for himself. Now, in fact, you are a clerk, for though you are only here for 6 hours a week, you do all the work there is to do, and no clerk could do more. Well, we've got an attic upstairs which is not used, and if you like to come here and live with us, my wife and I will make you heartily welcome." "Thank you, indeed," Cyril said warmly. "It is of all things what I should like. But of course I should wish to pay you for my board. I can afford to do so if you will employ me for the same hours as at present." "No, I would not have that, lad. But if you like, we can reckon your board against what I now pay you. We feed John Wilkes and the 2 apprentices, and 1 mouth extra will make but little difference. I don't want it to be a matter of obligation, so we will put your board against the work you do for me. I shall consider that we are making a good bargain." "It is your pleasure to say so, sir, but I cannot tell you what a load your kind offer takes off my mind. The future has seemed very dark to me." "Very well. The matter is settled then. Come upstairs with me, and I will present you to my wife and daughter. They have heard me speak of you so often that they will be glad to see you. In the first place, though, I must ask your name. Since you first signed articles and entered the crew, I have never thought of asking you." "My name is Cyril, sir. Cyril Shenstone." His employer nodded, and at once led the way upstairs. A motherly-looking woman rose from the seat where she was sitting at work as they entered the living-room. "This is my prince of scriveners, Mary, the lad I have often spoken to you about. His name is Cyril. He has accepted the proposal we talked over last night and is going to become one of the crew on board our ship." "I am glad to see you," she said to Cyril, holding out her hand to him. "I have not met you before, but I feel very grateful to you. Till you came, my husband was bothered nearly out of his wits. He used to sit here worrying over his books and writing from the time the shop closed till the hour for bed, and Nellie and I dared not to say as much as a word. Now we see no more of his books, and he is able to go out for a walk in the fields with us, as he used to do before." "It is very kind of you to say so, mistress," Cyril said earnestly. "But it is I, on the contrary, who am deeply grateful to you for the offer Captain Dave has been good enough to make me. You cannot tell the pleasure it has given me, for you cannot understand how lonely and friendless I have been feeling. Believe me, I will strive to give you as little trouble as possible, and to conform myself in all ways to your wishes." At this moment, Nellie Dowsett